You ever felt like you're stuck trying to choose whether or not you have to lift or you have to run? Have you ever felt like you're questioning whether you have to pick running or lifting, whether it's powerlifting, bodybuilding, whatever it may be? And then being confused on what you should do. Because I think that might be the wrong question. I think the right question is, what am I trying to do? What are my goals? What am I trying to be capable of doing? You know? And in this video, that's what I'm going to be talking to you about. I'm going to be talking to you about why I think that might be the wrong question. Why I think the real question should be, what am I trying to do? What am I trying to be capable of doing? And does lifting and running both apply to that? So when we begin to start working out, to start training, we want to lose weight, we want to run a little farther, we want to be a little bit stronger. I feel like a lot of people always talk about picking one. You have to pick whether you want to strength train, whether you want to bodybuild, whether you want to go, endurance running, run far, run miles, endurance training, whether you have to do speed training. And I feel like we get put in a bubble. I feel like people talk about choosing a side, and I don't think you have to choose a side at all. Actually, I think you actually can do whatever it is that you want to do with it. And like, for example, if you have ever heard anybody say that if I lift weights, it's going to affect my running, or if you have ever heard anybody say or tell you if I run, it's going to affect my gains. It's like a myth. It's a myth that if you do the opposite of one another, it's going to affect what it is that you're trying to do. And I'm here to tell you that I don't think that's true. I think that unless you're specializing, unless you're trying to compete in one specific thing, whether it's bodybuilding competition or whether you're trying to do strongman competitions, then yes, you might need to maybe pick one or the other in some cases. But if you're trying to be an overall athlete, if you're trying to be capable, somebody who can do both, if you're not trying to specialize like me, I don't specialize. I'm not trying to do one thing. I'm not trying to be one person. I'm not trying to compete in anything specific. Because I'm not trying to compete in one specific area, I can do all of them. All right. Now, there is something called the interference effect. And the interference effect, the idea is that technically, running can affect your weight training, and weight training can affect your running in small, measurable ways. But usually that's because that breaks down to your program. That breaks down to what it is you're doing when you're doing it, how your recovery is looking. It's not because you're doing both of them at the same time. It's because of your programming. It's because of your training, outfit. It's because of how you're doing things. It's not one affecting the other automatically. With that being said, you have the power, you have the capability to do both. Don't title yourself just a runner, just a lifter if you don't want to. If you want to give yourself a title, I have one for you, and I would call it a capable human being. A human being that is capable of lifting whatever weight it is that you are trying to lift. A capable human being who can run as many miles as you want to, who can hike with a backpack or a rucksack of whatever weight that you're choosing. That's what I would call yourself. I would call yourself a capable human being of whatever magnitude it is that you want to, for however long that you want. Lastly, how can you implement this today? How can you implement this week? What can you do to start being a more capable human being? What can you do to not overwhelm yourself too much? Because that happens all the time. What can you do to start and get yourself going? Well, if you primarily lift, then I would start running. Zone 2 is fine, nothing major, just a nice jog outside, keep a nice pace, maybe go on a long walk. Add cardio in there more consistently, 1 to 3 times a week. If you already do 1 to 3 times a week, then maybe increase the cardio. Instead of 10 to 20 minutes, maybe do a 30-minute, maybe jog instead of just walking. Start slow, but put it in there. Now, if you are mainly running, or if you mainly jog, if you mainly do cardio, start lifting. Do light weights. If you've never lifted, start light. You don't need to do anything heavy. Your body will feel it. So start light. Get yourself going. Now, if you already lift, if you're an avid lifter, then maybe you need to increase your weight. Maybe you need to increase your reps or your sets. Be smart, be safe. Again, keep in mind that you're trying to become an overall capable human that will last you, or that you're trying to train to be able to last into your 60s, into your 70s, and still being able to move with a body that can do things and it won't just break down. All right, so start small, get yourself going, get yourself doing a few more things, and take your time. To close out, be a capable human being. That's what I'm trying to get you to understand. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You can do it all. You can lift, you can run, and they won't affect each other as long as you program yourself right. You can stretch, you can still be mobile, you can still be agile, you can still be an athlete, and you could just be an overall athlete. You could do it, okay? That's what this channel's about. That's what I'm going to keep talking to you about. That's what I'm going to keep making videos about. And in the next video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you about a lie. All right, a big ass lie that the fitness industry has talked about, that they have told, that I myself have believed. And it's not our fault. We're learning. We're all learning. We're all trying to get better. We're all just trying to get better for ourselves. And if you want to hear that, if you want to know what that is, stay tuned, man. Keep following, keep watching. But yeah, just let's be capable human beings. Unless you're trying to specialize, let's be capable overall human beings, y'all. Hope you have a great day. Get after it.